They've been dealing with it mentally for so long. So at the end of the day, you get to a point in life where you begin to realize that I could keep letting this thing overpower me, defeat me, keep me in this state of constant quote unquote comfortability to tell everybody, oh, I'm good, when you know you're not. You know it's more in you, you know you could do more, but that's the thing that's holding you back. Gotta go within, connect with yourself, and back to what I said, forgive yourself. You have to forgive yourself. Until you're able to forgive yourself, you're gonna always experience that past trauma. And remember, that's exactly what it is. Past trauma. Past trauma. Put that shit behind you. I know it's easy said than done. Put it behind you. And let that past trauma know that your future self is what it is. Like, you got that power to defeat it. You just got to utilize it. If you don't use it, you lose it. Everything is within yourself. You have that power to overcome any obstacle, any challenge. But you got to put your mind to it. The most powerful thing is a changed mind. So the trauma that keeps affecting a lot of people is partially because of the mindset. You got to strengthen your mind. You got to separate from certain things that would keep you indulged in certain addictions and certain situations and with certain people, because it's a comfort. That comfortable situation is not always what it is. It's not a helpful thing. It's a hurtful thing. Feel me? So we had the conversation. Conversation was getting deep. A lot of things was being revealed. And that's what made me want to come on here and, speak a little bit about it, because I know a lot of people are suffering in silence because of past trauma. Childhood trauma, to be exact. That it's hard for them to let go because they still in awe and disbelief that it even happened. Which is it's understandable at the end of the day. So I definitely can relate and can connect to that behavior of feeling that way and being indulged in things that are not good for you to get to that next level. Now I can say, after going through the healing process, learning, understanding who I am, and knowing that none of that stuff that took place in childhood trauma is who I am today. So just like I would say, your current situations, if there's not going so good, don't determine what your destiny is. It's the same way from your past and your past trauma. Whatever you went through in the past is only going to make you stronger today. If you forgive yourself, you accept the fact that it happened. You don't got to accept it in a way where it's like, oh, it happened to me and I just got to be okay with that. Not in that sense. Accepting what happened to defeat it, to say, okay, it happened and it is what it, all right. For example, best example I give you so it don't be no confusion. If something took place, period, and somebody knew some of your business and they put it out there, and if it makes you feel like, oh, you're embarrassed or you're ashamed of it, and it's like, oh man, it has an effect to bother you, to cause more damage than if it was opposite of, if you know who you are and you know your worth and you stand on who you are, and somebody put your business out there and it's true, however you want to put it, but you're like, yeah, so what? It happened. It's done. It is what it is. There's no power there. there's no effect. It can't even go no further because it doesn't bother you, and if you don't mind, it don't matter. So with that being said, like I said, it's not easy. I know we always say it's easy said than done. It's not easy. It may be a little difficult, a little more for others, but at the same token, you gotta face it to get to the next level. If it was easy, everybody would do it. That's why it's a challenge, but it can be done because a lot of people have overcome. A lot of people are realizing that, you know what, I can't do nothing about my past situation, but I can definitely start now, change now to have a better future. And most of the time, I see a lot of situations be what we call generational curses. Because when you see something happen to this person, then they have children, and because they held that in and they kept it away, their reaction towards that child is they don't even know how hard they coming at that child because of their internal past trauma, and the child not understanding why they doing that. And then the child goes out in the world, and then something happens to that child, then that child holding it in because it's not a familiar thing, don't know who to talk to, don't know what to say, and it just goes on and on and on and on until somebody break it. And the only way it could ever be broken is through courage and through fearlessness. I ain't gonna ramble too much on that, but it goes back to forgiving yourself. So whoever this message can reach, that went through childhood trauma, that has yet to get over it, meaning facing it and going through the process to put it behind them, or who wants to, or even the ones who have, forgive yourself and keep forgiving yourself and keep telling yourself you strong, you worthy, you deserve all great things, you deserve a good life despite what happened to you in your childhood that you had no complete control over. Don't let that beat you down, and don't let nobody else who going through the same thing try to tell you something otherwise, because hurt people. So some people could be holding their shit in, and when you get the confidence to embrace and face it, they might try to tear you down. So watch the company you keep, of course. Watch the people you speak to when you indulging in your deepest feelings and emotions. But just doubling back, forgive yourself. That's what this come down to. Forgive yourself, and don't let that past trauma or childhood trauma have power over you. Take your power back.